Alright, let's get this party started. Let us move to the right screen. Uh-oh, there's my PNG tuber. Hello. Hello, everyone. Blank screen time for a second while I figure out how to present these things. But hello. Welcome. For those of you who may not know, my birthday is in like 4 days. 4 days? Yeah, 4 days. And so I'm celebrating by playing games with one of my favorite topics, which is magical girls. I love magical girls. And I've decided my birthday month is Magical Girl May. So I wanted to play a couple of fun little. I've been collecting some like cute little short games or demos from Itch that are themed about magical girls. So I think I've got, I think, like 5. I don't know if we'll get to all of them today, but we will see what we can do. I think we'll start with some of the ones that you play in browser. I'm going to guess that I can't use my controller for most of them, but I have it with me just in case as like a faint hope because my arrow keys are fucking busted. But yeah, so I got 5 games here. Some of them I'm still waiting to finish extracting. So we'll play the browser ones first. And let's see if I have them in order. I don't have a wheel today. We're just gonna play. So I'm gonna have to share my screen. Share my screen. Hi, Seal. There's my little kitty causing trouble, doing crimes, walking around. Trying to step on my keyboard, but he can't step on my keyboard because I need that. I'm streaming, Bubby. I'm streaming, baby. I know you want snuggles and cuddles and scritches and snacks. All sorts of things. I know we haven't done our trainings today yet. We're doing me and my cat are doing clicker training. He's learning very fast. He's a very smart kitty. You are. He's learned how to sit and how to lay down. We're going to work on give and paw. Okay, I need to add a window capture. All right, I believe you are seeing it. I'm going to resize it. How do I crop it again? I don't remember. I should have figured this out before I started streaming, but I was all like, I went for a walk before stream, and I was like, I gotta get on stream because I was late because I was busy looking at a family of ducks that are living in the whatchamacallit. No, that's just resizing it. I don't remember how to crop it, so I'm gonna see if this lets me like full screen or something. Okay, there we go. Okay, it does. Is there sound? Or maybe there's no sound. Anyways, the first one we're gonna play. This one is Unwieldy Wand by Missy, and you can probably get little clues to what else we're playing up there, but don't look. Don't spoil yourself. All right, I'm going to see if this works. My controller works. Oh, that's loud. Hang on. Hang on. That's loud. That's really loud. Uh-oh. Hang on. Hang on. That's really loud, and changing my my volume was not changing that. Hang on. Hang on. This is a tech stream. Now, all right, I'm going to turn this down for you guys, and then I'm going to turn the sound down for me, I guess. I'm really confused. Sometimes I try to change the sound on my computer and nothing changes. And I'm not really sure if maybe it's because of my microphone being plugged in or what. If I go to volume mixer. Let's see, does that do it? Okay, I think that's more reasonable. Okay, we're playing. I think this is it's a little witch shooter game. So it's magical girl coded, but it's also witch coded, which is what I am. Haha. Ah, CL. CL just ran over my keyboard. CL just ran over it. CL. Okay. All right. I think I'm learning. I'm learning how to play this game. There's candy. There's candy. There's bells. Oh, are these upgrades? Okay. Wow, I'm moving real fast. I'm real slippery. Why am I going behind me? Why am I shooting behind? Is this a power-up? Is this a helpful power-up? Ah! I'm a little slippery. I'll admit, I feel very slippery. But I like it. It's very cute. Candy. Am I getting the candy? I don't know if I'm getting it. A bell? CL, you have to stop. CL, I think if my PNG tuber had lore, the lore would be that I'm a magical girl. And CL is my silly little, sometimes annoying mascot. What is... I'm a little confused about the power-up situation here. I didn't even change the, I don't know if... I don't even think this game would... I'm not sure if this game would be on, on Twitch's categories. There's a pause button. Okay, let me check some things. Okay, I can change the category. Okay, just briefly while we play this for a little while. I think most of what else we got today are visual novels. So this is probably going to be the most unique of the games we play. Oh, my controls have inverted. This is not a power-up. This is a... Okay, no, wait, no, we're fine. Did I do it? Oh, I made it! I made it to the end! Yay! ICL. He's sitting directly behind my computer, and when I said yay, his head popped up from behind it. It was very cute. Alright. Well, I had planned to play every game a little bit longer, but I think we might have seen what this one has to offer. It's very, you know, it's a solid little, I probably think it's a game jam entry, and it does what it's supposed to. Cute little sprite art. Cute concept. I do love a little witch game. The wand itself does not feel very unwieldy, but the controls feel... The broom is what I feel is unwieldy. Alright. That's cute. That was cute. Let's play another one. So that was Unwieldy Wand by Michelin. I'm gonna see if I can change the category. No, it's not in here, so we'll just switch it to just chatting, even though that's not what we're doing. Alright, so this is the next one. That's a browser game that we're gonna play. This one is Magical Missy Launch by Tarsier Candy. It's a little visual novel with couple endings. I don't know how long it is, so we'll see if maybe we play the whole thing, maybe we don't. I don't know. Let's play it. Made with Renpy. All right. This is cute. Oh, my controller works, thank God. Okay. And then I said Randy's nuts. Oh dear, how did he react to that? He definitely found it funny. Yeah, you're so funny, I forgot to laugh. Guys, look, a shooting star. Oh, dude, for a second, I immediately when Sydney showed up, my first thought was, ooh, that design would be a really good butch lesbian. And then I noticed her necklace, clocked. Oh, it is. Cool. I rarely see shooting stars unless I'm in the province. Yeah, that's because it's an airplane crashing down and burning. What if you learn how to find joy and whimsy in things? The only thing that brings me true joy is money. And ugly dilfs. With money. I think the star's about to fade. Quick, everyone, make a wish. Missy closes her eyes tightly. The image of the shining star is still fresh in her mind. As it retreats back to the darkness, she begs the light to stay. She wills it to stay. And while she can still be heard, she utters in her mind, I wish that everything could stay the way that it is, and that no one I love has to be sad again. The light fades away, but a sort of warmth remains. She opens her eyes. That's a monkey's paw of a wish if I've ever heard one. I made my wish. Did you guys make yours? Yeah. What was your wish? I wished for money. Don't you know if you say your wish out loud, it won't come true? Then why'd you ask, dweebazoid? Because you're forever broke. It's inevitable. My wish right now is to not have a curfew. I think I missed 3 calls from my mom. Aw, what? Get home safe. It is getting late. Yeah, I think I should head home too. What did you wish for? If I say it, it won't come true. Psh, typical of you, Missy. Always messing around. Yeah, and I don't intend to change. Well, you have changed a bit from when we first met in grade school. What? Really? You used to be so closed off and stubborn. Now you're so sweet and cheery around us. Friendship really brought you out of your shell, huh? Ah, you're so corny. Missy pushes Sydney's shoulder. Still stubborn as ever, though. Okay, I'm calling it right now. I think Sydney I think she's down bad for Missy. She's got that fondness look in her eyes. These character designs are way cute. I love this art. It's so cute. They both giggle. Even with few stars, they seem to shine brighter tonight. The stars are so pretty. Just like you. Loser. Missy and Sydney laugh. Their smiling faces radiate with a brilliance that surpasses the entirety of the night sky. It's getting late. Do you want me to walk back with you? That's okay. I'm heading in a different direction. I'll be checking out the antique shop and finishing some stuff at work. You're a hard worker, aren't you? And everything I actually like doing, maybe. All right, then. Get home safe. Missy wanders through the dimly lit antique shop. Her eyes land on a handful of items that call out to her. Ooh. Do I get to pick? Do I get to pick? Uh-oh. The lamp? I click on lamp. It's a cute lamp with lace and ribbon around it. Yay! Check the price. I wish you death. That's how I feel when I go shopping. Cute. It's a vintage pink and orange dress. This dress is so cute. But the price isn't. These are shiny pink vintage heels. If you weren't so expensive, I'd love you. Everything's so expensive. Wait, I haven't seen that before. Ooh. Magic box. It's a beautiful ornate silver jewelry box adorned with a heart-shaped mirror on the front. Oh, wow. You like that box? It's only PHP 150. That cheap? What is it? Be honest, I don't know. I couldn't even open it, so it might just be for decoration. Oh. I'm going to attempt to open it. Missy attempts to open the box. However, just as she believes she has succeeded, the box unexpectedly closes again. I already tried that. Will you buy that already? Yep, I have one choice. It is to consume product. I'll take it. Okay, I'll get that for you. Thank you for your purchase. Is it weird how I can't stop thinking about that box? I think I almost got it open earlier. I just need to try harder. I'll open it. I'm gonna open it. This is what's gonna turn me into a magical girl, obviously. Okay, here goes nothing. After getting a firm hold on the box, Missy takes a deep breath as an attempt to rid herself of the nervousness that only seems to amplify whenever she looks at the box. In the eerie silence of the streets, be it from the box itself or Missy's mind playing tricks on her, there is a slight, soft whisper. If Missy were to bring her ear closer to the box, she could hear everything that prevents her wish from finding its place in reality, or she could hear the sounds of the wind that were otherwise unclear if she hadn't gone so close. That's right. In order to hear it better, she only needs to open the box. This is a Pandora's box situation. Even a tiny bit is okay. I got it! For a millisecond, there's a green glow from the box. Before Missy can even react, a powerful surge of wind catches her off guard, but her hold on the box remains. What? 1, 2, 4, 8. Ghost-like forms rush out of the box, maniacally laughing as they dance in the air, and only more of them come out. It is a Pandora's box! No! Missy's mouth seems to have frozen over. The word she wants to say dies on her tongue as her eyes stay glued to the shadows that came out the box. Through their translucent bodies, Missy sees destruction, tragedy, misery, and everything that makes her stomach turn. The box! I need to put them back inside! Missy waves her arms frantically, trying to grab at least one of them, but her hand only grabbed nothing but air. Much to her dismay, the spirits found the exit of the laundromat. Their laughter decreases in volume, but it still echoes throughout her mind. Missy goes to school, worried and stressed. Even with the bright sun and clouds in the sky, it feels as shitty and demotivating as rainy weather. What the hell's going on? Could it have something to do with the box last night? Everything was going so well until then. Good morning. Oh, Missy, are you all right? Oh, morning, Perla. Anna, I'm fine. It's still stuck in your hair. Ugh. Huh? Behind Perla, Missy sees Randy hovering over Sydney's head. Upon closer inspection, Randy's trying to get something out of Sydney's hair. Oh, hi, Missy. You have something in your hair. Did something happen? Some pricks kept throwing slime in my hair. Oh my god, who? That's really super rude. I'm sorry. Hey, it's not your fault. So you didn't have anything to be sorry for. I can handle myself just fine. Can you tell me who it is? You don't have to worry about that. Please? Missy. We don't have to report them to the teachers. You can just tell me. I appreciate your concern and all. It's just that. Can we just drop it, please? Oh, okay. Sorry. It's okay. Sorry. I'm just in a bad mood. I just didn't know people still brought slime to school. I thought that all ended in 6th grade. We're seniors now and people are still that immature. Yeah, other than that, it really is a bother to get it out of hair and clothes. You should try using warm water and conditioner to get it out. Yeah, I once used cooking oil to get slime off my backpack. Thanks, guys. I'll keep that in mind. Something doesn't feel right. I don't like this at all. I can't believe that people are being mean to them. I'm the only one that can be mean to them. I hope this bracelet I made can make them feel better. I'll put it away for now and give it to them tomorrow. Excuse me, miss? Oh, yes, what did you need? The laundry machine I put my coins in isn't working. I've waited, but it doesn't look like it's starting up soon. Oh, sorry for the inconvenience. Can you point me to the washing machine? It's over there. Let me see. Oh, that washing machine never worked since it started working here. Why do I even keep it around? Oh, sorry about that. Pretend you didn't hear anything. Let's just bring your clothes to the other washing machine. Don't worry about your coins. I'll just use mine. Thank you. After a couple of minutes, the customer leaves the laundromat. After an odd day, Missy is more than happy to finally close the shop. Phew, now that that's done, I should get ready for bed. Missy takes a step back. Rather than feeling the concrete floor beneath her foot, she steps on something as soft as a cat's tail. Meow! What the? Meow. Oh, I'm so sorry. How'd you even get here? I thought I closed the door. Did you sneak in here? Oh, it's such a sweet kitty. Missy kneels down to pet the cat. Before she can even touch its soft white fur, it walks away. You don't want me to pet you? That's fine. I'll just clean up the shop. What a mature response. Wait a second. My pocket feels empty. Missy checks her pocket that held her bracelet for Sydney. It's empty. Huh? Where'd it go? Meow. Missy turns to the cat, who has Sydney's bracelet in its mouth. Hey, give that back. Missy chases the cat for the bracelet, but every time she gets close to it, it runs away easily. After some back and forth, the cat runs out of the laundromat. The second Missy steps her foot outside the laundromat, the floors seem to have disappeared, and she's left suspended in air for just a millisecond. Hey, you! Wasn't I just in the... Missy looks around, looking for the laundromat, but she's only greeted by further confirmation that this was her school. An uneasy feeling rises in her. Just before it spirals into panic, a familiar meow catches her attention, turning her uneasy feeling into an angry one. Did you do this? Meow. I can't believe that. With a flick of the cat's paw, it presents Missy with a radiant yellow choker, adorned with a shimmering golden heart. It looks similar to the bracelet she made for Sydney. Missy's eyes shimmer, melting away all the anger she previously had. Oh, it's beautiful. Sorry for being so mean to you, kitty. Meow. Alrighty then. I'll make Sydney 2 more to make up for this. Missy puts on the choker. It fits just right around her neck. She looks at her reflection in the classroom windows, satisfied with her new accessory to go with her outfit. Huh? Missy hurriedly ran toward the source of the startling noise. A crowd of loud brutes surrounds Sydney's desk. Their laugh sounds like a malfunctioning mechanic laughter. Dude, back off! Sydney's voice trembles with distress. Missy feels driven by a force to save Sydney. Stop it! Let me through! Meow, meow. Huh? Meow. Your neck? Meow. My neck? Necklace? Choker! Meow. Missy taps the gold heart on her choker. Oh, did I miss? Is it gonna do anything? Okay, no, it's just this little sound effect. Okay. Whoa! Okay. Okay, now go fight. You can talk? I'll explain later. Just go. A missile launcher falls out from under Missy's skirt! A missile launcher? This is so cool! Fight. Round 1. Oh, what? How do I fight? Do I have to click? I might have to click. Oh, there we go. No, game over. Sydney, are you okay? Missy, why are you here? Yeah, I'm all right. Nothing I couldn't handle. Yeah, totally. Missy, you coming? I'll meet you guys at the park. Missy turns back to the cat. You can only hear me when you have your magical abilities. They're activated once you tap your choker. I'm still shocked that you can talk. What's going on? Those things you just fought. When you opened that box, it released a physical form of evil into the world. What? I'm so sorry. I swear I didn't know. How do I stop them? Use the power of the choker to cleanse the world of evil. Oh. So, like a magical girl? That's awesome. That's my favorite anime genre. This is really loud. I don't know if it's loud for you guys. Don't magical girls get those cute dresses? I want to see if actually... If there's a... Okay, that's way better. This is really loud for me. Don't magical girls get those cute dresses? Sorry, we don't have the budget for that. Aw, that's the best part of being a magical girl. Missy notices all the materials the monsters drop and starts to collect them. Ooh, pretty things. That's just what I need to make a magical girl dress. I love a good silk pink ribbon. I like wrapping gifts for my friends in a nice silk pink ribbon, so it's always good to have. The delicate craftsmanship of lace fabric reminds me why I love it so much. I remember making a lace curtain for Perla when she wanted to redecorate her room last summer. Buttons always remind me of Randy. Sometimes he sorts out my buttons while I work. I love this one because it looks like a huge strawberry. Perfect for adding volume. Sydney said they look like clouds, so I've been putting my tulle petticoats on a hanger to make it look like a cloud in my closet. I love the color. It reminds me of a lovely pound cake. I made a strawberry pound cake last week for my friend's picnic. They really enjoyed it. Oh, hey. Hi, Zephyr. Welcome to Magical Girl May. I'm probably going to lose my voice because I'm reading this is mostly visual novels we're playing. Okay. I should hurry and work on this dress. If I'm going to be a magical girl, I better look the part. I think it looks good. I think something is missing, though. Missy looks to the laundry machine and sees a container of white powder. Will I get arrested for this? Oh, it's just laundry detergent. What am I going to use the laundry detergent for? Okay. Oh, it's so shiny. And it smells just like strawberry cake. Oh, yeah. That's my responsibility now. Oh, she has made herself a cattail. I hope my friends are all right. Fight! Oh, we're fighting again. Okay. Oh my god. Time to shoot my fucking missile launcher of love. Uh-oh. I lost. No, I didn't save at all! I didn't save! Oh no! Okay, cool. We can skip. It's fine. I'm not gonna check the price. I'll just buy it without trying to open it. Okay, but we will open it. Okay, now shoot the evil classmates. Okay. All right, we did it. We're going to make a save. The artist is, let's take a look. Let's see. CG sprites. We've got a couple different people. Tarsier Candy, Duden, Perfay. Looks like it's a small team. But it's under Tarsier Candy. Oh. Alright, let's skip. Get all this stuff. Alright. Save again. Alright. Let's use the detergent. Okay, so there was an explosion. We gotta go fight monsters. Putting on my cute little outfit. Yeah, there's a lot of monsters, but nothing my trusty... Okay, I guess my missile launcher can't handle it. Okay. This is surprisingly difficult. No! Oh, I think I'm running out of missiles. That's what's happening. I need to stop shooting so wildly. I'm losing because I'm running out of missiles. Okay. I need to not shoot so wildly. I was worried that them coming across the screen was taking up my life. Alright, I did it this time. Missy, that was awesome! I'm so proud. Oh my gosh. That was like one of those games I like. Guys, you're okay, right? Of course, Dweebazoid. We saw the whole thing. From a distance. Thanks, guys. Your dress looks so great. And it smells great. I'd eat it if I could. That reminds me. I forgot to eat today. Dude, it's nearing evening already. Let's go get some food. It's on me. They took that way in stride. Even though I defeated the evil, some things still feel upsetting. I can't stop all the bad things in the world, but I'll accept them now. Because without them, I wouldn't appreciate all the good. Oh! Okay, I guess that's the game. Okay. So I guess we did see both the endings because I lost. No, I mean, that was solid for a little, probably like a little game jam game. Very, very funny. All right. All right. Well, that was, yeah, so it was for the Magical Girl Game Jam number 10. Very cute. Yeah, just Kamen Rider G-Force finishing move is taking on a missile launcher. Well, I think that Kamen Rider would get along with Missy. All right. So those, I think, are the two games that I can play in browser. So I think the next one we'll pull up is this one. We've got a CopyKat, which I had to download. So let me get that open. Maybe I'll get it open. Uh-oh. Hang on. Interesting. Let me try this one. Boop, 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 boop. All right, let's try this. Aha. Oh, did I close it? I didn't mean to close it. Okay. Let's get rid of this cap window and add this in. Oh, I just realized my desktop sound has not been up at all. So you haven't heard, nobody's heard a thing. I didn't have to worry about the sound being obnoxious because nobody's heard anything. Alright, it's very loud for me though. I gotta get into the volume mixer. Ooh. Okay, there we go. And now let's add a window capture. Uh-oh. Are you not going to be able to see it? We gotta make it work. Yeah. Aha! There it is. I found it. Okay, so this one is CopyKat. By Quantablos. It looks like it is a simple little RPG, maybe? We'll find out. It's just a demo, so we'll see what's going on. Alright, waiting to play. Where am I? I can't see anything. You need to wake up. Huh? Wake up? There's not much time. You need to wake up. Wake up! Wake up, Catherine! Oh, you're not hearing any sound? Huh. Oh, okay. Now you should hear something? I turned it too low down, I think. Alright, you need to wake up, Catherine! Ooh, I like the aesthetic. Can I interact with things? It's pushing me. How do I interact? Aha! There we go. Glad to see you finally woken up. Huh? A talking mirror? Now's not the time for silly questions, Catherine. You know my name? Where am I? What is this place? Do you know how you got here, Catherine? No, that's why I'm asking. Well, Catherine, you were trapped here by a powerful magic. A spell was cast and trapped you here. Magic and spells? Yes. You need to get out of here quickly. There's a gateway at the end of this world that will close if you don't get there soon. A gateway? How do I know where to find it? I'll be your guide. Trust me and you'll get there. There's not much time, Catherine. We need to hurry. I guess I have no choice. Here goes. Oh? How do I... Haha! Is this where the gate is? Unfortunately, your journey is not that easy. There's a portal at the end of this forest. Keep going and you'll reach it. Keep going? Keep going where? See for yourself. I guess I just have to go forward then. A gate? Oh, great. How do I open it? It's too high to jump over. If you wish to pass, answer my questions correctly. Huh? I can bring tears to your eyes or resurrect the dead. I can make you smile, and I can turn back time. I form in an instant, but I can last a lifetime. What am I? A photograph? Game over, no! I'm supposed to be good at riddles! I forgot what the first half of the riddle was. Wow, that was an immediate game over. It's very interesting that my controller works for the gamepad for movement and for clicking through the dialogue, but it doesn't work for interacting. I have to press A on my keyboard. Okay. What was your riddle? Bring tears to your eyes or resurrect the dead. I can make you smile and I can turn back time. I form in an instant, but I can last a lifetime. It's probably got to be a memory. Memories. I don't think I have any memories. Okay. What next? You can find me in the ocean, in the air, or on the ground. Or the ground. The ocean. You cannot fight me, but come too close and I'll cause you harm. I can be bitter or sweet, but you won't know till it's too late. What am I? Death. No! Oh, okay. It started me here this time. Okay. Okay, so the answer is a memory. You can find me in the ocean, in the air, or the ground. You cannot fight me, but come too close and I'll cause you harm. I can be bitter or sweet, but you won't know till it's too late. It's not death. It can be found in the ocean, air, or ground. Come too close and I'll give harm, but you can't fight me. It's not fatigue. Okay. I'm not sure what the answer to this one is. This riddle is a little bit opaque. I guess poison? It's kind of dark, don't you think? Okay, I guess, yeah, it was poison. Is there anything? No. This is just to look at. I do really like the pink background with the monochrome grayscale sprite. Okay, Gate. What riddle do you have for me? I'm not here nor there, not dreaming nor awake. I am lost. I am stuck. I am gone. Who am I? Okay, there... Me? Am I? I'm dead? No, 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 no. I died? I'm dead? Mirror, please, that can't be right. If I'm dead, how am I here then? There's no time to waste, Catherine. We need to keep going. There's no way I'm dead. I'm fine. I'm sorry, there's no time to explain. We have to hurry. Shut up, you're a liar. What a cruel joke. I'm not dead. I know I'm not. I can breathe and move and think. I can't be dead. What would be the point of this if I was? I bet that mirror has answers and a way out. Well, if this mirror is my only way out, maybe I can try fixing it? Oh, okay, we gotta do a puzzle. Now we gotta do a puzzle. Can I... Okay, puzzle. I'm doing a puzzle. Okay, I can rotate the puzzle pieces. That makes sense. How do I solve the puzzle? I'm trying so hard. I have not played Limbo, no. Where does this fucking piece go? No, just, I want to pick up this one piece. That's not where it goes? Okay. Okay, okay. There's a piece. There's a piece that goes there. That piece goes there. These pieces are a little bit annoying because they're like on top of each other for some reason. Okay, where does this one go? Okay, you go here. No, you don't go there? Okay, no, you go there. And you go there. You go there. Okay, there we go, there we go. There we go, I fixed it. Horror game told entirely shadow spend the entire game being chased by a giant spider. Sound effects are pretty gruesome. Okay. Yeah, that might not be up my alley, but sounds interesting. Please do not do that again. We need to keep moving forward. There isn't much time. I'm so sorry. Come on, Catherine. Let's keep going forward. All right. Okay. So that was the demo. I'm intrigued. I'm not sure this one is going to go any further than this, but I get what they're putting. I understand what they're putting down, and I'm kind of into it. I think the riddles were a little opaque, and the fact that it's an immediate game over and you have to start over is a little annoying. And the puzzle was a bit unwieldy, but I did like the inclusion of that. Doing like the jigsaw puzzle manipulation was interesting. Aesthetic art style, fantastic. Really loved that. So yeah, CopyKat, pretty solid. Yeah, this was I don't think there's gonna be a I don't know if this one's gonna continue development, but I would say, go give this one a look. All right. So we got 2 more. Let's see, what are we at? Well, this is going to be a short stream if these other ones are just as short. I have to find some other things to play. Let's see. So the next one I want to pull up is, here we go. I would like to pull up Witch's Talisman. Or should I do... No, let's save Witch's Talisman. I want to save that one for last, I think. So we're going to get this one up. How do I open game? Where is game? Oh, there it is. No, don't protect my pussy. I know what I'm doing. Watch as I get malware on my on my stream. All right, this is a jam. Some market for that, funny enough. Are you gonna show it? Are you gonna show it? You're not gonna show it? Alright, let me get window capture. Let's try that. Oh, there we go. Alright. This one is the magical girl is a bitch. Alright, let's get this the right size. Put it underneath my little guy. Downloaded every ad they came across on a dummy system. Wild. Alright, I'm gonna volume mix this down a little bit because everything is loud for me for some reason. So then we'll just bop that up a little bit. Alright, so this one is This Magical Girl is a Bitch by Belle in Pastel. I don't know anything about this one except that it looks really adorable and silly. It's got a lot of like art development stuff on its itch page that I haven't looked at. So I mean the music's a jam, the art's cute. It's a very funny title. Let's go ahead. Let's start. It was a dark and stormy Monday. Oh, I like the cursor. Look at that. A little sparkly. Little sparklies. Main chorus is right out of one song whose main chorus is I'm a bitch, I'm a lover. Oh yeah. Middling middle school. Like any other day of autumn, the sky was overcast, but the students of Middling Middle School were unfazed by the gloom. Instead, the halls were unusually charged with electric excitement and spooktacular anticipation.
And last, but
Ooh, there's voice acting!
today marks the first day of Halloween Spirit Week. It's time to decorate your homeroom.
The students collectively groaned.
First place gets a prize. That's right. The first place class gets their own pumpkin pie and ice cream party.
I want an ice cream party.
Effort in, everyone.
Better middling middle than hose peak. Honestly, fair!
If you want. More info online or, around. Yeah, keep an eye out for those Spirit Week posters, y'all. Happy spooky season, mascots.
Oh my god, is their mascot just just mascot? Are they the middling middle mascots?
I heard Mrs. Ramirez's class had something really good planned for their deco. Like guaranteed and good. Yeah, they're just trying
Oh, their names are Stu and Den. Student.
Besides, remember last year? Everyone said that one homeroom class had it in the bag, but then there was that fire. Oh yeah, the explosive incident.
Oh, you know what I didn't try? I didn't try to see if I could put this one in my category. Yeah, I can. Hell yeah. Okay, we changed the category.
Exactly. Did they ever find out who let that skunk loose? I don't think so. Well, the point is, who knows what'll happen this year? I guess we do have a lot of talented people in our class, like... Oh, hey, Tabby!
Oh, she's so cute.
Tabby?
Tabby was not having a good morning. In fact, Tabby never had a good morning when she was at school. There were too many people looking her way, watching her every move, waiting for her to trip up so they could laugh at her.
They're always sneering at me. Like they think their little clicks are too good for me.
Hey, Tabby.
Like I'm less than them. Less than human.
Is this a...
Man, Tabby is so cool. Yeah, the real aloof type, like a spy or a secret agent. Or
Oh my
someone
god,
undercover.
it's a goob situation. It's the they all hated me meme.
Pretty sure those are all the same thing. I always want to ask her to hang out, but I'm super intimidated. Think she would say yes? Just because we're in the same homeroom? Not a chance. Way too cool for us.
Tabby grew out of wanting friends fast. Endless bullying will do that to someone. She couldn't even imagine being that naive anymore. Tabby was fully aware that this was her destiny, to be alone, unwanted, forcibly isolated.
Excuse me. Need to get to my locker.
Oh, they're so cute. I love the art. Look at her little angry face. Oh no, she's so cute.
Hello? You good?
Molten rage and mild embarrassment bubbled through Tabby as she stared into the face of her ultimate nemesis, Eden. Eden something or other. Last names didn't matter. It was how he treated her that made her seethe with frustration.
I hate him. I hate him. Always ready to tear me down at the first sign of weakness. I can see it in his eyes. He's going to.
Listen, are you gonna move or do I have to move you? I don't want to be late to class. Come on, let me through.
Was that a threat?
What?
Tabby slapped a hand to her mouth, worrying she had thrown herself in unnecessary danger. Who knew how bullies like Eden might react to being questioned? She looked around in vain at the crowd milling around, not seeing a single friendly face.
Can't trust any of these bystanders to stand up for me. If only there was a teacher around.
Is that the bell?
I think Eden did witness a murder. The murder of Tabby's social opportunities.
I'm just gonna go for it. Excuse me.
Tabby watched in horror as Eden reached for her. Oh no! We got choices! We got choices! Let's hesitate. Before she even knew what was happening, Tabby's hand moved on defensive instinct. But she just barely managed to stop herself before it made contact with Eden's face. That moment, fear of being admonished somehow overruled her fear of Eden.
Come on, kids. Class is almost starting. Why are the two of you still loitering around?
Tabby spun towards her homeroom teacher's voice in recognition, searching for his authoritative presence.
Mr. Teacher, did you see him?
Sorry, Teach. Tabby just wouldn't move.
The hallway rapidly emptied out around them as any stragglers and witnesses fled to their respective
I
classrooms.
just need to get my books. Promise.
Is there a reason you can't move away from Eden's locker, Tabby?
That's true, they are middle school students. It is middling middle, I just remembered, yeah. Tabby gawked incredulously at her homeroom teacher, then stepped off to the side, shaking her head no.
How could Mr. Teacher take the side of a known bully?
Honestly, she should have known. No one would be on her side, not even the ones in charge.
Since I'm on my way to class too, and I have the worst headache from moving pumpkins all morning across campus, I'll give you all a pass.
The voice acting in this rules. It's really good.
Be in your seats by the time I get there, but no running. That includes you too, Caleb. I know you're just waiting for your friends, but don't let them make you late.
Oh, they're so cute. For just a second, Tabby considered speaking up and pleading her case, but the moment passed as quickly as it came. This is so funny. She is so, like, there's something so wrong with her. Mr. Teacher didn't bother to linger, all but jogging off to greet a different group of students. Tabby stared sullenly at his back before walking briskly in the direction of her classroom.
Alright, settle down, kids.
Mr. Teacher attempted to rein his home rule class in for the 5th time that morning. But just like every other year, the students were too excited about Halloween Spirit Week to pay attention. He decided to launch into his 3-part lesson on the history of Halloween anyway.
Halloween originated from the pagan festival Samhain.
Oh, that's not how you say that. That's not how you say that, actually. It's Samhain. It's pronounced Samhain. I know it doesn't look like it because you're used to the English words, how you pronounce letters, but it's Gaelic.
Which marked the end of the harvest and the dwindling berry between humans and the other world.
A portion of the students fell for his well-rehearsed hook and began to quiet down.
It's easy to forget about all of that in the modern-day Halloween traditions, but if you take a closer look, you'll see that many have deeper historical roots. It's really quite fascinating stuff.
Even so, a handful of students continued to discuss their Halloween plans in hushed excitement.
I can't wait for you guys to see how awesome I made my costume for the Halloween party. The lady with the super freaky haunted house on my block helped me design it. I still can't decide whether to be a zombie werewolf or a vampire. Unless... Do you think I could be a zombie werewolf vampire ghost?
Oh, are we talking costumes? $20, my monster costume is the scariest.
How fitting for the bully to love terrifying people.
Your face already scares me.
The other kids nearby laughed in surprise too, which caught Mr. Teacher's attention.
Is something funny? Tabby, do you have something to share with the class?
Uh-oh. Speaking of zombies. Goodbye. Tabby felt her stomach drop as the whole class turned to stare at her. Of course, he let his favorite students get away with talking during class, but not her. Tabby tried to swallow the lump forming in her throat, but she just became more nervous by the second.
I think we're all just excited to dress up for Halloween. I know I can't wait to decorate homeroom.
That's great, but I still have 30 more exciting slides about Halloween throughout the decades.
The class collectively groaned. Tabby breathed a quiet sigh of relief.
It's really quite interesting. There's fascinating tie-ins with the Day of the Dead and the glorious gourds of harvest. I could wax poetic about it.
You already gave this presentation before.
Well, I did more research, and now I have extra footnotes.
Nerd. The class collectively groaned again.
Oh, fine. I don't know how I was supposed to have a normal class this week anyway. Why don't we put a twist on it by giving historical context to our proposed decorations?
What, reenact the Salem witch trials?
That's a cool idea. We could pretend to burn you.
What? He totally just threatened me in front of the class. Surely Mr. Teacher won't let that slide.
Yeah, Tabby would be such a good witch.
I don't know if the school board would approve of that.
He's just going to brush it off?
All right, kids.
Oh, Tabby.
I'll start dividing the class decoration types into groups and share a mini lesson about each of them. So, listen up. For instance, why do you think pumpkins became associated with Halloween? There's something else that's happening around the same time. If you want to take care of the jack-o'-lanterns, try and answer.
Eager hands shot up in the air. Mr. Teacher picked out one of them. Oh, yeah, they didn't burn people. You are, that is correct.
Because it's harvest season?
Ding, 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 ding! You got it! Harvest season is decorative gourd season, folks. Carving pumpkins was a tradition before Halloween. But the term jack-o'-lantern started with Stingy Jack, an Irish legend that will give you the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I think it was with turnips first. Tabby tuned the rest of the lecture out, only listening for what themed decoration was being offered next. Mr. Teacher droned on and on until finally...
Why do you think Halloween was associated with death?
Because it's the veils are thinning.
One gets to be in charge of making all of our skulls and skeletons.
Tabby was never a class participation kind of girl, but now her hand flew up in the air. Mr. Teacher looked at Tabby, eyebrows raised in acknowledgement. By some Halloween miracle, she could see her name forming on his lips.
Probably because winter is coming, right? Back then, lots of people died in the winter.
That's correct, Eden. Winters 2,000 years ago meant...
Tabby seethed at the injustice of it all.
How could they do this to me?
Tabby was the one with a special connection with skeletons, but every single year, well, only last year, but last year, Eden swept in and snatched what she wanted, what she deserved.
Hey! I had my hand up. He interrupted.
Mr. Teacher looked at Tabby, taken aback, as if he forgot she even existed.
Oh, well, you can answer the next question.
They're so funny! Zephyr, they're so funny! Tabby gritted her teeth. She really didn't want to let this go, but everyone was staring. Her stupid cheeks were getting redder and redder.
It's just stupid. It's not fair.
Even as Tabby clapped a hand to her mouth at her outburst, Mr. Teacher raised an eyebrow in judgment. The angry part of Tabby wished she could smack the disapproving expression off his face. But her frustration withered away as she crumpled into herself, heart sinking.
I'll always be the first to get picked on. And the last pick for everything else.
How about you let me continue the lesson and the two of you can work together? This is Spirit Week and I really don't want to give any detentions for disrupting class.
Sounds cool. I'm sure Tabby will come up with something really freaky. You know, given how into this stuff she is.
Oh yeah, totally. She's the type to freak people out. It's awesome. Too bad Tabby works alone. Like Batman. Ooh, or the Joker.
Eden grinned at Tabby. Tabby felt a horrified shiver run down her spine, and she braced herself for what was coming.
He looks like him too, if he turned his smile upside down.
The other students tittered at that in typical middle school fashion. Yet the expressions are so good.
Hey, for real, Tabby would be the best villain.
Tonathan.
Laughing at me now. They're all laughing at me because of him.
Settle down, class. And that's not nice, Eden.
Only joking. Tabby got me good earlier too. That's just how we do, right, Tabs?
Tabs, that's cute. This is so funny because Tabby absolutely thinks she is a victim, and Eden 100% thinks they're best friends. I love that. I love that dynamic. Eden held out a fist toward Tabby. Tabby fixed him with her best death glare.
Classic Tabby.
Well, Tabby, if you want, you can work with Eden and...
I am not working with Eden.
There's still a couple of other decorations up for grabs.
She scowled at Mr. Teacher.
Still picking Eden over me? Why? Why do they all love him so much? What do they see in a bully like him?
The class moved on, but Tabby just sat reliving the feeling of everyone laughing at her. Soon, all the decorations were assigned and the class split off into their working groups. Slowly, the room began to look more and more spooktacular. As a reward for their hard work, Mr. Teacher handed out spooky stickers, spouting Halloween facts all the while. But of course, he skipped over Tabby entirely.
Hey, how come Tabby isn't helping?
Psst. Tabby, you want to join my group?
Not too late to team up if you want to do skeletons.
I get to pick who to reject. They were clearly taunting her. No point in staying around a bunch of bullies. Yet the decisions are middle school coded. Tabby started packing up her bag, watching the clock anxiously so she could be the first one out of class when the bell rang.
I really think you should have been the one to do skeletons. We can talk to Mr. Teacher together if you like.
Tabby's mind struggled to make sense of what was happening.
Wait, is he talking to me? What was his name again?
She had never even spoke to this popular kid before, much less seen him approach her general vicinity.
He's not making fun of me, is he?
Listen, you're not the only one Eden's burned before. Maybe together, we can finally knock him down a peg.
This isn't a trick, is it?
I am Caleb, and this is no trick. I'll stand by your side.
Kaylin patted Tabby on the shoulder and she recoiled, almost hissing at him. Personal space, please. But then, oddly enough, Tabby felt a tingle on her shoulder where he had touched her, like butterflies were dancing on her skin. Tabby's first dater-based friendship. Gross. She wasn't developing a crush, was she? Kaylin gave her a small smile.
So what do you say? Shall we tackle this together?
Wasn't that what she had always wanted? To have someone see her? Really see her as a person worth talking to? Now here was someone who was ready to back her up. At last.
Okay, we can stay behind after class.
Perfect. I'll get Eden to stick around and we can tell Mr. Teacher what happened.
What? No! Just the two of us. I don't want him around.
No. Tabby, trust me, he needs to be there.
No! He'll just ruin everything by charming Mr. Teacher, like always. I'm not going if Eden is.
Tabby crossed her arms.
All right, as you wish.
Caleb inclined his head at Tabby in thoughtful agreement. As the rest of the students continued to work on bringing that Halloween spirit to life, Tabby bounced in her seat, almost vibrating in place with sudden energy. She barely heard Mr. Teacher announce to the class that it was time to clean up. Not long after, the bell rang. The other students shuffled out the door until there was only Caleb and Tabby left. Tabby turned her critical gaze toward Mr. Teacher and prepped herself to approach. Mr. Teacher hummed to himself, trying to ignore the grouchy elephant in the room. He reminded himself that he became a teacher because he wanted to inspire the next generation. He genuinely cared about his lessons and wanted everyone to enjoy his classes. But for reasons out of his control, kids could be real shitheads. Ain't that the fucking truth? I love kids. I think they're hilarious, but sure, yep, you know. Or kids who tuned his lessons out, kids who rolled their eyes at everything he said, even kids who managed to scowl at him for a full hour. Kids like Tabitha Bones. Her expression had been so disarming, so spooky, that he'd been too nervous to even go near her. Now she was standing in front of his desk, with her arms crossed and an equally wicked scowl on her face. What reason should she have to glower at him? If anything, if the horror stories from the other teachers were to be believed, Rumor had it, last Halloween, a girl with a permanently gloomy demeanor had attempted to bring butcher bones in as decorations. While the girl in question didn't have any bones on hand now, Mr. Teacher willed himself to be brave. He cleared his throat once, twice.
Tabby, can I help you?
Tabby took a deep breath, sensing the reservations Mr. Teacher had toward her. She was glad Caleb was with her.
I don't think you should let Eden decorate skeletons instead of me.
Mr. Teacher stared at her in stunned silence. Tabby sped onwards, afraid to lose her courage.
Clearly a bully, and if you side with him, you're a bad teacher.
Mr. Teacher furrowed his brow, lip trembling ever so slightly. Ouch. He was hurt by Tabby's words more than either of them probably expected. She could probably sniff out his people-pleasing tendencies. But he could just as easily put those away, especially to call out students who had stepped out of line.
Look, I'm not sure why you wouldn't let Eden get to his locker, or why you said he was scary looking. Yes, I heard what you said.
Tabby glared at him, readying herself for an accusation. Mr. Teacher braced himself against his desk, trying to remain calm with the obvious hatred being beamed towards him.
I don't know what's going on between the two of you, but I'm going to call Eden here and we can resolve this once and for all.
No, I don't want to be near him. I want you to listen. Caleb agrees with me too.
Tabby gestured at the spot next to her, only to be met with empty space. Mr. Teacher's frown deepened and he flexed his fingers in agitation. What kind of bluff was she trying to pull? There were no other students left in the room.
I'm sure we can resolve this right now.
Mr. Teacher got up from his desk, glad to be out of range from Tabby's burning gaze. He poked his head out of the classroom, hoping Eden hadn't wandered off already. Luckily, the boy was still close by, chatting with a familiar green-haired student. Mr. Teacher felt vindicated at seeing Caleb out in the hallway. Clearly, Tabby had been mistaken.
Eden, could you step inside for a moment?
Eden raised his eyebrows but didn't hesitate to re-enter the classroom.
What's this about?
No!
Use your words, Tabby.
Tabby exhaled loudly. From the outside, she seemed to appear to be flaring her nostrils in deep frustration.
You took the decorations I wanted. Again!
Eden shrugged.
No biggie. Let's do it together after class.
No biggie. Yes, biggie. You always get what you want.
Huh? Like when?
You get away with everything. Like that time you put gum in my hair and I had to cut off my pigtails.
When did I do that? I haven't even chewed gum since the 3rd grade. Oh, wait. Oh. That was you? I totally forgot.
That's it? Do you have any idea how long it took to grow it?
This beef is from 3rd grade.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's not funny. And Caleb agrees.
Caleb? What's Caleb got to do with this?
Mr. Teacher pinched the bridge of his nose, feeling uncomfortable tingling in his brow, like a headache was settling in. Or worse, a migraine. Achievement! Headache and... Oh my god! The little, medieval stabbing icon! Children were always so noisy. He hoped they would settle down soon. Not that they ever did. Never fast enough. Never listening to his pleas to be quiet. My dude, you decided to teach middle school. This is on you.
But
Be quiet.
Tabby and Eden both fell silent, unused to this harsher tone from their homeroom teacher.
There. Was that so hard?
No, it didn't need to be. All those years of being a doormat for kids much too young to know better than him. Waves of resentment washed over him, built up from countless instances of holding his tongue, of being the adult. That's right. He was in charge, not them. He needed to reclaim his space and authority.
Both of you, get out.
Teach? You look a bit weird. You know.
I almost forgot this is a magical girl game.
Using Mr. Teacher as a distraction, I see.
That was low, even for Eden.
Please get out.
Mr. Teacher's voice was strained and whispery. Eden probably hurt his feelings.
Alright. See you later, Teach.
Mr. Teacher clutched his head, gritting his teeth.
Oh, should I get a nurse?
He didn't trust himself to speak. Instead, he shut his eyes tight, hoping Tabby would be magically gone when he opened them again. I think he's being possessed by whatever the villain of this magical girl game is. Hover awkwardly in silence. He could hear Tabby shuffling from foot to foot in front of his desk. It also sounded like she was opening her mouth and closing it again every few seconds, which irritated him even more. Mr. Teacher's eyes snapped open. The sight of Tabby still standing around and glaring at him made his blood pressure spike. Why was that brat still here? Hadn't he told her to leave? She never listened, always thinking she was in the right, always thinking she knew best. A little brat like her. The teacher is just brute pants dinner. Oh no, the Hulk! The tinkling got worse, making it harder for Teacher to think clearly. Only one line of thought made through the mental fog.
Mr. Teacher?
Tabby shrunk back fearfully as Mr. Teacher smiled, a too wide smile with too many teeth.
Brats just love testing my patience, don't you? That student gets attention. But after all, children who don't listen are no better than vermin. And as we know from history, vermin deserve a far worse punishment. Can you guess what that is?
Tabby backed away, bumping immediately into a desk. The blood seemed to drain from her face.
Oh, come on, Tabby. There's a fun little sticker in it for you. Tabby, you should have paid more attention in class instead of scowling all the time. The answer is extermination.
Tabby jumped out of the way as Mr. Teacher's brand new claws just barely missed her arm.
What?
The desk that Tabby had just been standing in front of crumpled beneath Mr. Teacher's weight.
Oh.
No. What landed and stared at Tabby from the wreckage with cool reptilian eyes was not Mr. Teacher. Instead, Mr. Monster! He, or it, lunged at her once more. She dove under the nearest desk, but she didn't dare to stay there for long. Tabby crawled towards the next set of tables as fast as her poor athletic record allowed. I really love what they're doing with the sprites to to imply the movement. The desk she had just been under flew across the room and shattered against the wall. With desperation and fear coursing through her, Tabby scrambled to her feet.
Please, 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 please.
Gunning it for the classroom door, Tabby pounced on the doorknob.
Of course, it's locked. Of course. Why would it work? Everything else seems to be going wrong. Why not this too?
From behind, she could hear warbled snarling before a dark shape sailed overhead. The pulverized debris of what had once been a desk rained down on her. Tabby shrieked and covered her head. She tried the doorknob again, despite knowing it was no use.
Help! Someone! Help!
Tabby whipped around, pressing herself into the door like she might be able to phase through it. The monster approached her with a bloodthirsty aura and clever eyes. He had her cornered, and he knew it. At the sight of his misshapen, uncanny, too-sharp grin, Tabby's legs gave out, like her body knew the fight would be over soon. She couldn't blame them. Everyone always abandoned her in the end. Why try anymore?
Useless. I'm useless.
There was nothing more she could do. It's not like Mr. Teacher was ever going to listen. He never had before, so why would this time be any different? She just wished, for once in her miserable life, someone would have really, truly stayed by her side.
Hiya, Tabby. I'm... What the crap?
Mr. Monster chased after the new nuisance, his jaws snapping wildly. Whatever the tiny creature was, it zipped around the room in a panic.
I'm Strike, and I'm here to guide you on your...
Yeah!
What the bleep is this? Tabitha Bones!
Tabby gaped at the little guy in alarm. She had no energy left. The fight was as good as over. What did it want from her? Tabby took one long look at Mr. Monster's terrifying teeth and the tiny red bean running around the desks, and hightailed it to the corner of the room, as far from them as possible. This is what Kaiba kept songing the Dark Cloud, yeah.
The goddamn monster! I'm just a little girl!
There's so much energy when like an 11 to 12-year-old shouts goddamn.
What are you anyway?
I'm a pixie, and I can't handle this on my own.
Mr. Monster swiped at Strength, who darted into a high corner of the ceiling, temporarily out of his reach. The pixie huffed, eyeing Mr. Monster nervously. He threw an equally nervous glance at Tabby. Suddenly and unexpectedly, Strength brightened up, snapping his finger.
I've got it. I'll just give you some candy.
Strength whipped out a sparkly wand the size of his body from who knows where.
Candy? How the hell is a piece of candy gonna help us right now? Also, I don't take candy from strangers.
Eat it, or we'll die! It's magic!
Mr. Monster pounced at Strength, swiping his claws at the shiny object.
No toys in class.
The wand flew out of Strength's hand and spun towards Tabby.
The wand!
Tabby grabbed it and let out a few practice swings, prepared to bash whatever came her way with it.
Not like that!
Despite zipping through the air to avoid Mr. Monster's jaws, Strength's voice reached Tabby with surprisingly clear instructions.
The candy, Tabby! You have to eat the candy!
While Mr. Monster was still fixated on Strength, Tabby weighed her options. Eat the candy angrily! Tabby gripped the wand with fear and fury. She hated being told what to do, but if it was a choice between suspicious candy and the jaws of a monster, she'd take the jawbreaker any day. But it had better not be strawberry flavored. Oh, animation! Tabby tried to reorient herself in space, frantically looking for the whereabouts of the monster in the room. Mr. Monster stared back at Tabby, a bewildered expression on his face. Didn't seem to be coming after her just yet, but Tabby quickly scanned the room for any sign of Strength. Had he been eaten already? She had been ready to rip into him, demanding an explanation for, well, everything. She glanced down at herself, trying to pinpoint the soft jingling noise she kept hearing.
What is this?
A giant pom-pom obstructed part of her view, beyond which all she could see was a gaudy mix of red and black.
What the hell is this? Is this a joke? I mean, this is a goddamn prank, isn't it?
Well, that's new. It's okay, everything will be okay. We can work with this.
Strength continued rambling, but he was nowhere to be seen. Was his voice coming from inside Tabby's brain?
Great. I definitely imagined him.
Well, it, seems like we're stuck together. Yup, I can't move at all, and that's totally okay. I'll just take you through everything. They didn't warn me about this, but it's fine, it's fine.
God, this is it. I finally cracked. Even my imaginary friends are freaking out.
Tabby started to shake, half crying, half laughing at this ridiculous situation. The bells on her horrific outfit jingled with her tremors. Mr. Monster tilted his head at the sound, eyes glinting. Ding, ting, clink, ting-a-ling.
Watch out!
Mr. Monster was before her in one pounce, his claws raked through the air straight towards Tabby's head. By pure instinct, Tabby dodged the attack, doing a backflip across the room.
Did I just do that? How?
The iconic, wow, I can jump so high from Precure.
That's the power of strength.
But I don't have strength. I can barely do a push-up.
Do now, Tab. With me at the helm, we're unstoppable. Now get us out of here.
Tabby did feel a little stronger than usual, but a backflip? Maybe that candy was magic.
What
Let's wrangle. Throwing desks, I think, will destroy everybody's decorations. Taking advantage of his hindered speed, Tabby snatched the string of skulls and caution tape off the... Okay, well, I guess we're destroying the decorations anyways. Now she was the one stampeding towards Mr. Monster. Tabby grinned, knowing he wouldn't be able to lay a single claw on her. She made several tight turns around the beast, wrapping the decorations around his legs with speed and agility. Mr. Monster thrashed around violently, but the makeshift binding seemed to hold for now.
Wait. Oh, there's something familiar about that monster. Those sparkles, maybe? Isn't that magic?
The decorations around Mr. Monster's legs began to tear.
Tabby, that's not gonna hold! Quick, use the wand!
On cue, Tabby swung the wand at Mr. Monster and beat him with it.
Like that! Wave it around!
Tabby aggressively waved the wand at Mr. Monster, managing to smack him in the face again. Mr. Monster slumped back, eyes rolling around in pain.
Around.
Tabby moved her arm in a wider circle, swinging the wand above her head like it was a lasso. A soft glow enveloped both of them. As if by magic, Tabby felt the ridiculous outfit she was wearing pop off. Suddenly she was back in her regular clothes.
Glad that worked.
Mr. Monster's whimpers faded into the groan of a rapidly approaching middle-aged teacher. The soft light dissipated. Mr. Teacher blinked once, twice. He struggled instinctively against the decorations binding his legs, then looked around the room, horrified. On cue, someone pounded at the door. Miraculously, the locked door swung open and students poured into the room. It was clear from the sound levels that a small crowd had formed outside. Uh-oh! Gossipy chatter turned immediately to horrified gasps. They were audible from the hall and maybe even the other classrooms.
I thought I felt an earthquake or something. We couldn't get in. What even happened here? Where's Mr. Teacher? Tabby, what's going on?
Mr. Teacher? Are you alright?
The other students quickly took in the sight of Tabby looming over their bound and bruised teacher. Shredded construction paper and wood dust fluttered through the air. Tabby's pride at having defeated a monster quickly shifted into nervous apprehension.
That Tabby is something else. Did she seriously ruin our decorations?
How is that what you're worried about? Mr. Teacher looks like he's on the verge of tears.
Is that really his name?
I'm okay. I'm alright. I just... Oh, okay. Oh, I think I might have broken a rib. Give me one moment.
The other students removed the decorations binding Mr. Teacher's legs, wincing when the paper crafts tore in the process.
Did she beat him up? I didn't know Tabby could be so... I can't even think of a good word.
So horrible.
This last accusation finally shook Tabby out of her stupor.
It's not my fault. It was Mr. Teacher. He wasn't himself. He started throwing stuff at the decorations. That's impossible. Mr. Teacher wouldn't do that. He loves Halloween. You weren't there. He turned into a monster.
I can't believe you do all this and lie about it. We thought you were cool.
Now, hold on, guys. Let's hear Mr. Teacher's side of things. Is Tabby telling the truth?
I'll be in the nurse's office.
Mr. Teacher got up with multiple groans and winces, gratefully accepting the support of nearby students.
Why won't he tell them?
Doesn't seem like he's in any shape to say much of anything right now, Tabby.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you guys think it was all my fault.
I love this sprite. It's very Peanuts coded.
Whose fault is it then? No one else was in here.
Just calm down, Tabs. If you explain yourself well enough, I'm sure they'll listen. Take a deep breath. In, out, and elaborate.
I already did elaborate. There's nothing left to say. I was in the room with Mr. Teacher, and he turned into that horrible beast. He was crushing desks and everything.
Real nice story, Tabby. But what does that have to do with wrecking our decorations?
My poor paper pumpkins.
We're gonna get disqualified now.
But I didn't wreck them! And I wouldn't have even been put in this situation if it wasn't for...
Enough!
This back and forth is getting us nowhere.
Caleb stepped forward and stood between her and the crowd of students. Despite his outburst, he didn't seem angry and smiled kindly at them instead.
I'm sure nobody meant any harm. Things happen, right? Why don't we all just drop the unpleasantness?
For a split second, he directed his smile at Tabby.
We can work out the details later. I'll talk to Tabby and...
We'll go check on Mr. Teacher.
Fantastic idea. Just what I was going to say.
I'll go too.
Thank you, Stu. You're a real trooper. As for everyone else, shoo. I promise. You got this handled.
At Caleb's authoritative direction, the group that had formed dissipated. After a few seconds, Tabby was alone with the green-haired boy. We've all had teachers who turned out to be Floridian Marvel supervillains. Honestly, yeah.
So, is this a friend of yours?
What? No! I don't hang out with other people.
Ah, how did I know?
Ignoring Strength's comment, Tabby focused her attention on Caleb, unsure what he wanted with her, or if she could still trust him after he disappeared on her. He's also got a little guy! That last thought treaded away as Tabby noticed Caleb had a gremlin of his own on his shoulder. Unlike Strength, Caleb's pixie companion had a quieter energy. He stared at Tabby with critical and sleepy eyes.
Looks like there was a lot of destruction.
Indeed. And yet our prize seems to have gotten away. For now.
Oh, Caleb's a villain!
Who are you again?
I am Caleb. We spoke earlier this morrow.
Why does he talk?
He spoke earlier this morrow!
Talk like that? No, not you. That. The little guy.
Your name's Magician, and you are Talisman.
Oh, they're tarot themed!
Hold on. Why does everyone know my name? My full name.
Caleb spoke again, pushing his glasses higher up on the bridge of his nose.
You have my apologies. It would seem as though my plans have slightly... what's the word? Misfired.
Misfired? Misfired? That's more than a misfire, you weirdo! You fixed that crazy monster on me?
The answer to that is ambiguous. Yes and no. Both can be, and indeed are, true.
Can you cut the crap? Explain yourself! And use words under 4 syllables, damn it!
I can't, there's something, as somebody who does I work with teenagers, but I do occasionally interact with a middle schooler in the teen zones. There's something so inherently funny to me about a middle schooler swearing, because it's like, I'm the adult, I'm supposed to tell them, and I don't use those words, but it's also really hard not to just break down laughing anytime you hear an 11-year-old shout, "Damn it."
My intentions all along have been to get that horrible bully in detention. He's a menace. An annoying, terrible menace. Like a cicada in an otherwise perfectly brewed cup of coffee.
Caleb's tirade came to a sudden halt as Magician wordlessly hugged on his collar. In response, the boy tilted his head to listen as the pixie whispered something into his ear.
What's that? The metaphor makes no sense.
Magician nodded.
Like a cicada in a screen door. All he does is make a racket without any care of who he's scaring.
He stopped for a moment, seeking the pixie's approval. This is so cute! When Magician nodded again, Caleb took it as permission to continue. He's petty. Read Repulsa. Oh my god, yes!
As you can see, I'm also a friend of Pixie's. My most powerful ally is Magician, the Pixie of Manipulate.
Magician gave Colin's collar a sharp tug.
A magical influence. I can stack any situation in my favor, with the extra power to trigger transformations, often of an unpleasant kind. The assignment was clear from the start. Get Eden to fight the teacher, or wet himself trying. Get Eden sent to detention, ruin Eden's reputation, book a vacation to celebrate,
With each word that left Caleb's mouth, Strength's round little face twisted into an increasingly worried frown.
That was your master plan? You failed, Four Eyes. You got me in hot water instead. Your stupid scheme was super convoluted. You think a big Dumbo like Eden could have survived those teeth long enough to get detention? Even if you wanted to terrify him, you didn't have to deadlock the door. I could have been killed.
The door? But that's never happened before. Our power doesn't work on inanimate objects.
I told you it was a terrible plan, Caleb. You should have listened to me.
Caleb frowned, clearing his throat.
I didn't mean for you to get involved, of course. But you were never in any real harm. I would have stepped in. You understand? Had your powers not kicked in, everything was still within my calculations. And for your sake, we had to keep the monster contained. It would have been a disaster if the beast rampaged through the school. You might have been blamed for some kind of horrible witchcraft.
So, you were just looking out for me?
Exactly. You think I would have just abandoned you in your time of need?
Yes.
Of course not. I had to play my cards right for our sake.
Yeah, magician is definitely the, the pixie of manipulation.
Which, unfortunately, involves subjecting you to close proximity with that orange-haired wretch.
Why does everyone hate Eden so much? He just seems like a normal kid.
But he was almost in our grasp. Look how close we got.
Indeed. Imagine what the two of you could achieve together, fully powered up.
Yes, the heights we could reach. The punishment we could inflict.
Or we don't think about that. I'm a big fan of talking things out instead.
Your execution was patchy at best, but I can agree that it would have been pretty entertaining to see that guy suffer.
Uh-oh, she's evil.
Yes, I knew you would understand. Only we can bring that candy gobbling fool to his knees.
So, what did Eden do to you?
Yeah, that is true. Strength Arcana's big thing is responsibility.
What didn't that bully do? He got up to every bit of mischief in the book. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd commit arson on my house. If given
Is this
the
another
chance.
third grade beef?
I swear, it was that bad.
Yes! Yes! Finally! Someone else who understood what she had been through!
Right? He's always getting up to something. It's so frustrating.
It's always like this. He starts the fight and then kicks you while you're down.
Tabby nodded, eyes glistening with vindication.
Things are different now, though. Even a wounded dog will bite. And anyone who would kick a poor, innocent, bone-loving puppy should expect a gnawing of teeth. The teeth of vengeance.
So what you're saying is, technically, we're not the ones in the wrong here.
I mean, he doesn't have to try because they're middle schoolers with third grade beef.
Eden is an annoying prick. So when I argued with Eden, it was probably his fault.
Huh?
Yes.
In that case, what I really need to do is to use my powers to purge evil.
Yes.
What?
Like you said, there's nothing more evil than tormenting an already tortured soul.
Tabby grinned, gleefully coming to her conclusion.
So if Eden is evil, then I can blast him.
And this is why, in reality, middle schoolers should not be given magical powers.
Yes.
No! Are you crazy, Tabby? You're not gonna blast some random kid.
He's not just some random kid. He's my rival. He's demented and cruel.
Oh, I accidentally went to the log. I should actually save, though.
Just look at him. Who knows what kind of fucked up and wicked plans are brewing under his
Tabby, language!
dye highlights.
Language, Tabby!
Asking for a blasting.
If you blast him, you'll go to magic jail.
He's asking for a highly legal and purely metaphorical blasting.
Well, as fun as it would be to vaporize every annoying person on Earth, there are other ways to get revenge on them.
Fun? Wait, revenge?
What's wrong with some healthy fight strength? You look like someone pissed in your cereal.
Tabby, we can't be talking about the same stuff here. Vanquishing evil is cool, but you're getting it all wrong. Evil isn't just whatever you don't like.
Well, it seems you're being outvoted at the moment. None of us like it.
Besides, vengeance is the strongest emotion there is. Real strength happens when you want to move heaven and earth for a just cause, right?
And our cause is most certainly just.
An 8th grade boy.
Strength saying what we're all thinking. Oh, okay, so they're 8th grade, they're 13. They're still baby. That's still baby mode.
8th grade boy.
Alright, I am 100% fucking loving this. But we've got 15 minutes left, and I do want to at least dip into the last game that I had on my list. This game fucking rules. This is my favorite of the group so far. So definitely check this out. I think it's a full game. I don't think it's a demo. I think it's a full game. But I highly recommend it. Again, this one is This Magical Girl is a Bitch by Belle in Pastel. It was for the Spooktober 5th Annual Visual Novel Jam. Very, very funny. Incredible art, incredible design, wonderful, amazing voice acting. Loving this. Absolutely loving this. I'm going to save. We're going to close this one out. Yes. And we are going to pull up the last game. I really, really wanted to do this one. This one I've seen floating around for a bit. This is, let's see. Magician could represent unrestrained energy. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's already on the screen. Perfect. All right. So this one is Witch's Talisman. Just the demo's up at the moment. This is by Trunk Set. And I was really interested in playing this one because I was, I actually, a bit ago, I follow this Tumblr. I think it's mostly mostly magical polls on Tumblr. Then they ran a cute little, Magical Girl OC tournament. And I had submitted one of my OCs, and I think I lost to one of these characters, and I thought they were so cute. So it was a very honorable loss. So I was really curious about it, and it's witches and magical girls, which is exactly what I am. So it's right up my alley. So let's give this one a shot. Oh, that's loud. There we go. Once upon a time, people used to tell their prayers to the stars. One day, a shooting star, made heavy by all the people's wishes, fell to the earth. Oh, I love this, children's book crayon drawing style. In its place grew a beautiful tree. The people began bringing their wishes to this tree, telling it all their hopes and dreams. The tree continued to grow with the strength of all their wishes until it bore fruit of pure, glistening light. This is how Paper Mario started. Maybe they're in the same universe. A woman ate of the fruit and, imbued with the power of all those wishes, became the first witch. She became the vessel for all those desires. She taught others of the magic, letting them eat of the fruit and gain the power of wishes, but only once they had proven themselves worthy. Her witches took the seeds of the tree and spread them throughout the world, spreading joy and magic as they did. The world was prosperous with the helping hands of witches, and they lived with mortals in harmony until selfishness tore them apart. People wanted more, always more. Being a witch was a heavy burden. It required sacrifice and selflessness, but the mortals did not see it that way. They began to see witches as lazy and selfish, coveting their magic, their secrets, never doing as much as they should. People rose up against the witches, called them devils, hunted them, burned their trees. Dejected, the remaining witches went into hiding, passing down their secrets to those who still held worthy hearts. Hoshio. Hoshio. Mama? She sat up in bed, rubbing the sleep from her eyes. Despite the night, there was a soft glow illuminating the dark room. Oh my god, the art is so cute! There's something tugging at the edges of her memory. Something she feels calling to her. She approached the tree. She held her hand out, reaching for the glistening light caught amongst the branches. As she did, it drifted softly from its perch. Wow! It's like a star. Unlike a star, there was no burning intensity. Only a gentle, comforting warmth. Oh, you know what? I realized I need to switch my... Damn. Alright, well, we'll just go to just chatting, I guess. Recalling memories of childhood fairy tales, Hoshio brought the captured star to her lips, feeling its warmth tickle her face. Lucky not to get hassled by the birds for that, yeah. She swallowed the fruit. There was no real taste, no texture, only an all-encompassing warmth that spread through her body. It felt comforting and peaceful. Her heartbeat was the only sound in the silent night. Steady, but insistent. She felt a sense of anticipation come over her. A light emerged from her, and now in her hands where the star once was, there was a gem instead. Hoshio returned to her room, throwing herself onto her bed. She pinched herself, over and over again, but still she did not wake from what must have been a dream. She stared in shocked silence, examining the gem in her hands, turning it over and over again. Is this really a witch's talisman? It's just like the one Mama always wore. Hoshio sprang forth from the bed with sudden momentum, her feet landing noisily on her bedroom floor. She held the gem out in front of her, a look of determination etched upon her face. Okay, crystal witch, star magic, levitate my desk. Whatever incantation she just tried did not seem to cause any reaction in her talisman. Okay. Think. How did Mama cast magic? She closed her eyes with intense focus, trying to thrust herself back, deep into her childhood memories. For as long as she could remember, Hoshio had known her mother was a witch. It was simply something that was accepted as fact. She never questioned it, and she never heard her father question it either. Even if other people didn't believe it, she knew a truth they did not. Her mother had told her fairy tales about the Tree of Knowledge and the gift from the star that had been spread throughout the world to bring hope and peace. Despite all that, no matter how deeply she tried to recall it, she realized she had never seen her mother actually use magic. It's real, though. Magic is definitely real, Hoshio affirmed, grasping the talisman tightly in her palm. This was definitely not a dream. She had probably dreamed the same thing dozens, maybe hundreds of times. This time, though, it was definitely real. Hoshio-chan! Oh, that's a man. Hoshio managed to open her heavy eyes to be greeted by the sight of her father sitting at her bedside. He ran an affectionate hand through her hair, gently waking her as he often did. However, this morning, in the other hand, he held a cupcake, perfectly iced with delicate yellow frosting and covered in little sugary stars. At least Hoshio's mom was a witch. Just read about the snake wife. Oh, yeah, the snake wife. Happy birthday! Hoshio sat up, but her eyes were still heavy. After all, it had been very difficult for her to fall back asleep after last night. Her uncharacteristically low energy concerned her father, and he furrowed his brow slightly. Are you feeling all right? Do you need to stay home today? Hoshio quickly shook her head. No, I'm fine. She straightened her back, enthusiasm finally finding its way into her expression. The smile he gave her in return was wary, but he conceded. All right, come downstairs when you're ready. He handed her the cupcake. Thank you, Papa. Wow! Even after scarfing down her early morning cupcake, Hoshio still greeted the breakfast spread her dad had prepared with sparkling eyes. There was a generous helping of all kinds of food she loved. Not to mention the batch of cupcakes that still sat on the countertop, freshly baked and decorated. He must have gotten up very early to prepare all of this for her. She took her seat eagerly. Her father watched her eat from across the table. As she stuffed her face, Hoshio was oblivious to the sense of concern hovering about him. Are you sure you're fine? I can call the school if you want. I'm fine. Honestly, I'm more than fine. Last night was amazing. Really? Why was that? Because Hoshio cut herself off before finishing the thought. Because of what? Because I had a really good dream. Sorry, I forgot. I'm glad you had such a good dream. That must be a good omen. Hoshio nodded in agreement. I'd better get going. Thanks for everything, Papa. Yuto kissed his daughter on the forehead before seeing her out the door. Come home right after school. We'll make your cake together. She turned to wave at him as she dashed down the street, backpack hastily slung over her shoulder. Bye, Papa. I love you. I love you too. I'll tell him about it later. Once I have it figured out, he'll be so happy for me, for sure. But right now, I think telling him would just make him think of Mama. There was a sense of guilt that accompanied that thought. She had never lied to her dad before, not about anything important. She had never needed to. The feelings that came with it were as unfamiliar as the excuses she had to conjure. She felt underneath her shirt and clasped the talisman she had secured around her neck that morning. Tucked under the folds of her uniform, its power currently lay dormant, but it called to her with the potential it promised. Hey, Dad, I'm a freakier now. Can you imagine, like, you're a parent and your child comes to you and they're like, Dad, I have to tell you something very important, and you're like, oh shit, they're coming out to me, and there's to be like, Dad, I'm a magical girl, which I guess is also kind of like coming out. Today was her 12th birthday, and the beginning of her journey to becoming a witch. Tachibana-san? Tachibana-san? Tachibana-san! Hoshio finally responded to the call of her name, raising her head. Huh? A dumb exclamation, but she responded before she could think of anything intelligent. A stifled laugh emerged from the other students as the teacher made her way over to Hoshio's desk. Tachibana-san, it's your turn to read the next section. Oh, sorry, Any apology she could have attempted was moot at this point. The teacher could clearly see her textbook discarded to the corner of the desk, face down, its contents evidently forgotten. The majority of the work surface was instead scattered with what appeared to be a renegade arts and crafts project. Scattered sheets of paper, carefully torn into tiny, exact strips. It's a great bit in Kamen Rider where his main character, out of heavy guilt, flying to his family, just walks in unprompted, takes out his transformation build, and says, I can transform. Does he end up transforming in front of them? Because that's really funny. It's the LGBTK community, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender Kamen Rider. Doesn't transform. Oh, come on. In front of her was a small handful of freshly folded paper stars. There were no excuses, and Hoshio knew that. She had simply not been paying attention. No matter how hard she tried to listen, her mind was a million miles away. If only Hoshio could have explained why she was so distracted, nobody could have blamed her. Surely anyone would have understood. There was no way that was going to happen. Tachibana-san? Hoshio abruptly rose from her seat, cutting her teacher off with the sound of her chair scraping against the floor. Teacher, I didn't sleep well last night. Can I go to the nurse's office? A murmur rippled across the class. She's serious? Does she really think she'll get off that easily? The teacher crossed her arms, clearly displeased, but her answer surprised the class. You're excused. Thank you. She nodded, gathering up her belongings, including her paper stars. People's eyes followed her as she left, but Hoshio didn't pay them any mind. Ugh! She let out a loud groan as soon as she was out of earshot of the classroom. I shouldn't have said that. She'll call Papa now for sure. I don't want to make him worry. Hoshio could see it now, the look of remorse on her father's face. That unfamiliar sense of guilt from this morning was creeping its way back into her heart. Still, it was her only option. There was no way she was going to stand in the hall. That would have been pure torture. Standing there with nothing to do, not even knowing what time it was. Waiting, just for the minutes to pass you by. It was agony. And today it would have been double agony. Maybe even triple. No, quadruple agony. Because the entire time she had nothing to think about but the magical artifact she now held in her possession and how she was going to unlock its secrets. No, whatever she had to do, it was worth it. As Hoshio bounded down the hall towards the nurse's office, the hallways were mostly empty since class was still in session, which is why the sight of the specific girl drew her eye. Her long brown hair fell around her in unkempt waves, the rumpled shirt of her uniform covered by a heavy cardigan. Hoshio knew her. The girl was her neighbor, Minari Momiji. The two hadn't passed each other on their way to school, but then again, they rarely did. Minari always left for school late. In fact, it was entirely possible that she was only showing up for school just now. Had she been absent from class that morning? Hoshio honestly had not been paying attention. Despite living right next door to each other, being in the same grade, the same class even, they had never become close. As they crossed paths, Hoshio raised a hand to greet her, but stopped short. Her words caught in her throat as something around Minari's neck glinted. It was a necklace. A gem, nearly twin to her own. A witch's talisman. Hoshio froze so abruptly she nearly stumbled with her own momentum, but Minari acted as if she didn't see her. Hoshio turned over her shoulder, watching the other girl disappear into their classroom. Minari. She stood there, dumbfounded for a long moment. Could she really have seen what she just saw? Was Minari a witch? This was too much of a coincidence to be, well, a coincidence. Hoshio believed in powers greater than her. She believed in magic. She believed in fate. That's what this was. She knew it more certainly than she had ever known anything in her entire life. This was fate. Hoshio watched her from a safe distance, waiting for her moment. She hadn't been able to take her eyes off the girl since she had returned from the nurse's office. She'd waited all day, and now here was her opportunity. After the bell rang, Minari had left the classroom, as quiet as a ghost, and went straight to the roof. If Hoshio had taken time to consider, it may have occurred to her that she never saw Minari during the lunch hour. Maybe this was the usual spot she met with her friends. She would have to act fast, and here was her chance, when Minari was still alone. She made one more quick double take, making sure the coast was clear before approaching her target. Minari-chan? She called to her classmate, walking towards her with lunchbox in hand. Are you here today too? Can I join? That was the opening line she had planned, but there was one thing amiss about it. Oh, where's your lunch? I forgot. A succinct answer. Wow, then it's lucky I found you today. We can share mine. My papa made me extra today. Without waiting for further permission, Hoshio took a seat beside Minari. The other girl didn't recoil from her presence, but made no indication it was wanted either. You know, finding you here today, Minari-chan, is a bit like fate. Don't you think? Not really. Not really? No, not really. She hadn't been expecting that answer. Still, she was not yet deterred. Hoshio stretched, holding her hands over her head before swinging them back behind her, leaning her weight against them. Well, maybe that part wasn't fate, she admitted. I ran into you earlier today, too, in the hall. We both go to school here. Right, of course, but it was only the two of us. I was going to the nurse office, and you were just getting to class. Minari seemed unfazed by this revelation. It was hard to tell if she genuinely hadn't noticed or if she just didn't care. Of anyone in the whole school, I saw you there, in that moment. Of all the moments I've seen you before, I noticed something I never had before. Okay. Minari-chan, do you believe in magic? Hoshio held her breath, waiting for the answer that would make all her newfound dreams come true. Minari's doe-eyed expression finally took on some kind of emotion, her brows knitting slightly. A near imperceivable change. No. Huh? I don't believe in magic. It's useless anyway. Unable to keep her facade of attempted subtlety any longer, Hoshio stood up abruptly, nearly knocking Minori over as she did so. But Minari-chan, how could you say that? You're a witch! Hoshio exclaimed, no longer cautious of her surroundings. She was so shocked by what Minari was saying. Minari stood now too, her subtle expression growing to something a little less so. No, I'm not. She faced Hoshio down with a defiant scowl. Eh? Then where did you get that talisman? Did someone give it to you? Minari's hand instinctively clasped the talisman that hung around her neck. No, it's mine. Nobody gives me anything. Then you're a witch! I knew it! We should be a team. That's what we're supposed to do, right? Magical girls are supposed to form teams. We'll work together, teach each other magic, and become best friends along the way. Yeah, this was a little awkward. It's exactly like I always dreamed of. It's fate that we met here, on today of all days. Hoshio gushed, bombarding Minari with her pure excitement. However, Minari's expression did not soften at her words. I'm not a witch anymore. Like I said, magic is useless. Hoshio couldn't believe what she was hearing. She was used to people not believing in magic. It was only to be expected. Most people had never met a witch before. They had never seen real magic. Hoshio had carried this belief with her entire life, and even when she was laughed at, she never faltered, because she knew magic was real. How could you say that? Magic gives people hope. It's a witch's job to help people. It never helped me. Hoshio opened her mouth, but was silenced by Minari forcefully shoving her way past, not wanting to hear any more of this. Hoshio stumbled from the impact. Minari absconded, leaving her behind, alone on the roof. It helped me, she muttered, nobody left to listen. Alright, I really like this. It's super cute, and I honestly want to get to a part where we get to see some magic, but I'm losing my voice. It's been about 2 hours, so I think it's time for me to log off. I 100% recommend you check out some of these games we looked at. I'm especially a big fan of this Witch's Talisman and this Magical Girl is a Bitch. I'll definitely be playing the rest of this demo and also the other visual novel later. But yeah, this is your reminder to go look at itch for cute little indie games. Thanks for stopping by for Magical Girl May. We'll be doing another stream next week. I don't remember when. Let me look at my schedule. We'll be here again on the 16th. I can't remember if that one's an earlier or a later stream, but I think it's earlier. But we'll be playing some Hollow Knight. I'm just playing a bunch of my fave games for this month. So we'll play some Hollow Knight. We'll do some Pantheon runs next week, the 16th, probably 3:30. But thanks for stopping by, and have a lovely evening. All right. Good night.